So your bag's backed up against the wall, and the bandwagon's falling right off. And you're hearing all the talk about maybe you should think about what you're gonna do if it don't work out. It ain't about if it makes sense, 'cause if the boot do, it don't fit. As far as I can see, there ain't no way to be somebody if you just gon' quit. So if you gotta fight, don't lose it. If you gotta do it, die, dream, do it. If you got something to prove, go on, prove it. Don't let nobody clip your wings. Keep your head down, keep on the blinders. Tune out the doubters and all the close minders. If it's in your blood, falling down ain't enough to change who you were born to be. Getting back up, that's the only backup plan you need.
Welcome back, Rico Money Bags, the channel helping you invest in yourself so we can invest in the future. Make sure you guys smash the like button, subscribe to the damn channel, everybody. Let's turn up a little bit. We're gonna have some fun today. Yes, we're gonna have some fun. I've been doing some back testing for everybody. That's what we've been doing, man. Oh, we got Psychedelic Angel and we got Darren in as well, man. We got the start of the week feeling really good. We got a mega space with the Trolls Den later on. I mean, that's a legit space, man. We're gonna have some fun there. I souped up like the last of those NFTs. I think that's already minted out. So now it's the secondary market and some bullish things to be announced. Honestly, some really bullish things to be announced. I'm looking forward to the start of this week. I know the prices have been beating us up, but really, you know what I've been doing? It's just back testing a bunch of stuff for us, man. I've been head down, back testing some things, taking care of some other things around the crib, like we say, and just letting the markets do what the markets do, right? Enjoyed the weekend. I'm all like fully well rested, feeling really good. And I do want to welcome you guys in. Hopefully you guys are feeling really good. We're going to talk about BTC prices. We're going to talk about your favorite projects that you guys have. You know, show me your guys' gem. We also have some things set up for next Friday for the super stream. Yeah, that's what we've been doing as well. Securing some projects that are building some things, some marketplaces that are going to be pulling up, some NFT marketplaces. So we got some cool things coming, some new people, some new projects, hitting some of those NFT projects as well, especially after like snatching up the rest of the trolls. And we're seeing that NFTs, you know, are important right now. So we're checking out NFTs as well. Shout out, we got XCN, Onyx Coin. Okay. We're gonna be checking everything out, man. Bring your favorite plays in. Honestly, this is the best place to show your gems. We're gonna start off with BTC. You know, the price action. We're gonna take it nice and easy, okay? Because we got some back testing that we've been doing, and it's some stuff that I've been working on that I want to bring out for you guys. I think it's gonna be pretty powerful. Just want to make sure that it's fully operational, but we're going to show you guys how it's looking today. But first off, we got BTC down 11%. We got, you know, Ethereum down 11% and some change. We got XRP down 11%, BNB down 17%. I don't want to start it like that, right? Solana down 18%. Who cares, man? Let's talk about the back testing. Let's talk about the chart, because although this has been down this much percent, that much percent, there has been moments where we have been printing. And I'm going to show you guys. Let me share my screen really quick. Have you guys tuned in with me. Shout out to BYD5, man. This hoodie is super cozy, and I've been rocking this thing, man. Shout out to BYD5, and that's the exchange we use. Let's go to this page right here. Let's share this tab. Welcome in, everybody. Let's go ahead and start off right here with BTC. Some of the things that we've been back testing, some of the things we've been looking at. This is some degen activity, all right, late last night. This is late last night, and this is where I can show you the best example of how I'm finding these stop losses and where it's going, right? I'm going to help you guys. You know, we're going to get tapped in. We're going to turn some of these things on for you guys. But this was a trade late last night right here, right? Stop loss up here, you know, take profit down here. And actually, it even went a lot lower, right? This is the 15-minute chart, but this is pretty hard for a lot of people to see. Honestly, this stuff takes a lot of time. It's like, why would you take this trade? Well, you know, this trade looks good because we broke this 50 moving average, right? We broke this 50 moving average, and you know, we don't want to go back up here. This is where that stop loss is at. But when you zoom out a little bit, kind of like so, you can see how if I turn this on over here, this is going to help you see some things that normally you wouldn't see. And this is what we've been back testing a little bit to give you guys this opportunity. So you guys see, we got that first cross. We got those red candles. You know, you could have left this trade good and even took more profits off, but the stop loss is popping up from this trailing loss right behind this indicator that I got right here. We also have this little dashboard that tells you some other stuff. So this is some stuff that we're going to be looking at. It's going to be coming soon. This is some stuff that I've been back testing throughout like the last week or so, even a little bit longer than that, even on gold and all these things, to give you guys this opportunity, because the markets have been boring. They've been choppy, right? They've been annoying. And a lot of times in this chop and these annoying times is when things don't go that good, right? So there's also this right here that I've been back testing as well, where it kind of highlights the chop zone. 1 second. So right here, this is a perfect example, right? Kind of noisy, I know. That's why I like the other one, because eventually once you see it, it doesn't get in the way. But this is that first area right here. You're not even trading none of this. You're ignoring this kind of section right here, because I traded it because I knew it was basically short. But even when you saw the green candles, when I turned this off, it looks like it's ready to turn back around, when really this is just a chop zone that you're waiting for once it breaks past this for it to actually flush. And that's what we had right here with this one. So, all this chop zone, nothing. This is on BTC. And then finally, you got the extra confirmation on the short. You got this flush down. You got some chop zone. You got go long, which is pretty accurate. But all this stuff is doing is like the long is happening when? Right across this 50 moving average, right? It's kind of giving us this thing where it's like it's helping us identify the chop zone so you don't get chopped up in the zone, because these areas are really not that entertaining, honestly. And right here, this going up, this whole area of chop, if you get stopped out a whole bunch of times in this section right here, and you're trying to find that long and you feel like it's going to go long, but you've been getting stopped out because you're just in this choppy zone, then hey, what's up, Saphir? Miss you guys. This choppy zone right here, really wasn't doing too much. But actually, right here, this is when things get a lot better. So I've been back testing some stuff to give everybody, honestly, like an opportunity, because I think the markets are still going to be somewhat shaky. I know we got like this nice little leg up and all this stuff, but I need a lot more on these higher time frames. But what can we do on these like lower time frames? Because if we're only waiting around for the higher time frames to give us confirmation, we're going to be waiting for a while. We're going to be waiting for quite a while. So, I've been working on some stuff. I want to get together with Blunt because he's really I want to package a few different things together and see if I can make something happen, and hopefully he can help me out with that, because he's like a pro with it. But I've been looking at stuff that gives me a little bit of a headache, right? And a lot of times it's this chop zone. Yeah, I could have gotten in right here, but maybe, seeing this come all the way back down to here, maybe I would have closed because it would have been too much, right? But knowing that you're still in this green, and then even this chop zone is like, okay, I'm in the chop. It's not really a sell. This is just a chop zone. We're still waiting for this thing to break out. And then you have that breakout, right? So it'll stay trading within this box. And this has been really, really good, actually. I actually want to chill with Blunt on one of these days and kind of have a little talk about this, because this has been working out really good for somebody like me. And then you have the breakout, you've got these little boxes that you get stuck in, and it's just very boring. And it's these actual breakouts, these longs right here, that actually starts to take off. And this thing right here highlights a lot of the chop zone that's annoying, at least for somebody like me, right? Those chop zones, oh my God, they're annoying, because that's usually where you get, here, yeah, you could have gone long, but we'll see. We'll see. And then let's go to the higher time frames, and I'll show you guys why. It's like what's pretty interesting is like, let's cover this, and then we'll go back into some of the other tickers and kind of show you guys how this indicator kind of works pretty good, right? Just ignoring this chop zone right here, going long, it crosses green line right here, right? Kind of like the T line almost. Cross this thing, you could have got out right there, took profit, and you're not even really paying attention to this right here. This chop zone is so choppy. Right now, it looks easy to digest, right? Oh, just looks like it's going up again. But honestly, you would see if I turned on other indicators that there would have been a sell signal right here that would have went right back long. That's what's so annoying about these areas. That's what I've been trying to work on for everybody and for myself, honestly, because I've used indicators where this section right here would have printed a go short signal, when really this is still a chop zone. It's not even, because it still hasn't broke the 50 moving average. So it's like, okay, I'm just gonna take my profits here. I'm not gonna enter a short, even though I have indicators that tell me to go short. I'm ignoring this because it's just choppy as all heck. If it breaks under here, maybe so. But look at this. It's long, boom, long printed, and it tests you. It's still, you still got to have a strategy, because you see right here. Where's my little brush at? Oh, right here. You see right here, it came back down and tested this. This is called it's like a 50 moving average, but it's not the 50 moving average. Okay, it's a super trend line. That's what it's called, the super trend line. It still came up and came right back down to this, and then there's a trade that came out right up here. But the minute it got underneath here, and even more so when this super trend line turns red, you see right here, this thing's red now versus chop, then it's short. You got the 50 and the super trend crossing. This is pretty like easy to see. What I like mainly about this is that chop zone getting eliminated. And this is what I want to show you guys right here, like on this 4-hour chart. You guys let me know if you guys can see this pretty good. I think this is pretty powerful, honestly. We're going to get into shilling your guys' gems. But I got to do you guys justice. We got to go through this part right here because this is how you're not being desperate and catching a rug or catching, something that's not solid, because you're actually just taking your time and you're back testing some things that could help you better your game in this space. Okay, so that's what we're going to talk about right now. I want to show you guys a pretty cool example right here of something that I think happens quite often. So short, chop. Don't like chop, right? But what's interesting, if I would turn on other indicators, this short right here would have been short, but this long wick right here that came up would have probably printed a long signal. And then you would have been short, long signal would have came out, you would have closed your trade, and then freaking short coming, and then you would have got stopped out right here because now it said long, but right back short. Damn, right? That's annoying. That gets annoying. That I wanted you guys to see this really quick. If I turn on other indicators, even the parabolic SAR, it'll probably flip a couple times. Let's see. There's a few of them that we can turn on. It's like, look. So short, go long. Parabolic SAR says exit short, right? Go exit short. One candle says exit short. So short, exit short, long, short, long. Boy, come on now. That's too much. That's annoying in that phase right there. So how can we get a little bit of that noise out by being able to use something that can help us ignore that noise, right? So short, and of course it's a beautiful looking short. It broke the 50 moving average. You have the super trend line breaking through the 50. Then it enters this section of choppiness. You ignore that. You can either stay in the trade. This is your options in this section. Stay in the trade or take some profit. But this is what I like this. Short, short. How many indicators go short, short? And the market actually does this. The market does not always go long, short, long, short. Sometimes the market goes short, short, short. And it's not perfect like anything else. You're going to have to be pretty strict. But right here, you have this long, but the minute it turns right back around, this short, this little window of trading right here, even right here, because, you're going to strike out sometimes when you're trying to hit for the fences, right? There's going to be times that when you're swinging the bat and you're trying to hit a home run, you might get 1 strike, 2 strikes, and maybe you hit, right? And here goes a perfect example. Yeah, okay, this was a long and strike because a short came right back out. But if you have confidence in this indicator and you see that it's been working pretty good, you go right back short. You ain't wrong. This thing came all the way back down here, right? And this is what's nice about this as well, because it has like a nice little trailing stop loss that you can see. So this little thin line behind it, this red line, that's your stop loss that's trailing behind. So you can constantly be setting that. Let me zoom in super good, super zoomed in. So this little thin line, that's your trailing stop loss. And right here, you see it's being hit, but it didn't flip that thing. Right here, it actually flips your trailing stop loss. That red line that you see going across like this, chop, close it, and then boom, this green line shot down this way. And now this, for this long position, this is what this would look like. This is what we've been doing, fam. You got this now. This is your right down to this green line. And then set this wherever you want to go. The point of control, however exaggerated you want to be. It's maybe just to fill this gap will probably be more realistic. Use the volume profile. We broke out, we filled this gap. We got a nice little trade like this. This is what that little window would look like on that trade if you moved it over. This is what it would look like, right? And it's nice because it gives you that exact area where even if you've seen it turn choppy and it doesn't say exit you know, it's just letting you know that, hey, it's in this section. And you might see that sometimes, you know, where it's still going like this, but eventually it comes up to that section where you're profitable. So pretty powerful tool. We're going to be rolling some of this out for some of you guys that are interested in learning this stuff. I know the markets, like I said, if we wait around forever, the market will be waiting forever. We'll just be waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting. And this helps us, you know, to get a little bit more confidence on some of the lower time frames to even say, hey, let me get this out the way. I don't want to wait forever. I actually want to make a trade happen. And I know like the overall market, we're waiting on the higher time frames to feel back bullish and this, that, and the third. But you can see how this thing's pretty good. This thing's pretty good. And this is a good example right here as well. So long, right? It goes up. Right here, you would have got a sell signal on most indicators. Almost all of them. Almost all of them. You would have got a sell signal right here. So you would have got long. If you didn't take your trade, you would have got a short. Then you would have got a long. And in this section, you would have got chop suey. That would have been chop suey. But this helps you. Hey, we're long. Don't be scared. We still haven't flipped the super trend. We haven't flipped any of this stuff, right? We're just in a choppy zone. And guess what? Here it goes. Long, chop, long. And it would have still been a great trade. Now over here, once we go short, now you know, hey, maybe it's time to go. Now we're in the short department. Pretty bullish. I've been back testing this thing for, like I said, like a week, maybe even a week and a half. It's a powerful tool. We're going to be bringing it. I want to put some things together with it. I want to have a combo with Blunt one of these days. I know everybody's been being like really busy, being productive, doing some things, building in the back. And I know he's been working on some things as well. And I think that's what you're supposed to do, right? Even as like a project like XPX, you know, we've been grinding, we've been securing some domains for a reason, some bullish things up ahead. But let's go into ETH and some of the other tickers. You know, as of right now, you can see that on the daily chart, we're still short, right? We're still short on a lot of stuff. What's up, Blunt? I spoke this man up, man. Manifestation is real, man. But you can see that on the higher time frames, we're still short, right? So I know that we're seeing some positive price action, and it feels good. But if you look zoomed out on the higher time frame, you know, this could just be a couple green candles and what's going to be more downtrend, right? And let's be honest, we need more new money to come in. But you know, if we just wait around, and for those who want to, you know, maybe, you know, trading's your part-time gig, or maybe it's a way for you to make money, we can't wait around for those higher time frames. We got to be able to print some money on the lower time frames as well, right? And so we've been finding some tools that we can use, some things to help us out, at least where I have problems in this area. Like right here, this chop zone is where I would have had a lot of issues. But now lately, last week and a half, it's been very easy for me to stay in this section, because instead of getting a sell signal, it tells me that this is a chop zone. And I need something to tell me that. Okay, maybe my little brain cells can't understand it, but I need something to give me that visual representation to help me stay in that trade. And it's been helping out quite a bit, because sometimes, like I said, the market goes long, chop, long again, and there was money to be made right here. And then you could have got out over here once this line turned red and you're underneath the 50 moving average, of course. And nothing's perfect, right? You can see this thing turning right back around, but it's not turning a buy signal on right away, right? Because we got this, it would have to come all the way up to here and actually flip that. So I like this quite a bit. On the higher time frames, we still got some work to do, but this is something I've been working on. Blunt, we're gonna have to get together. I kind of want to package this a certain way. I think there's something here, and yeah, I think it's gonna help out some people. So let's go to ETH next. Let's have some fun together, everybody. We're gonna be shilling some gems. We got a mega space later on with TK on the Trolls Den. XPX has been securing some more domains, because we've just been doing some stuff, man. We've been releasing some utility that I think is pretty bullish, and we're going to keep rolling some things out, man. We're going to keep grinding in this space, man. It's all about, if you don't take it too personal and you really have like this like desire to just want to consume the information, you know, yeah, the markets can be the markets, but like, it's not the end of the world. Like, you know, it's not the end of the world, fam. You know, it's like, if you do something and you're like, if you don't do anything, I think it starts to feel like end of the world. But if you start to say, hey, I want to educate myself, or I want to work on some things to help me get my game better, then I think that's pretty powerful, right? So this is something we've been working on. But at the end of the day, before we get too deep into that, a lot of this stuff is like, you guys could use a simple 50 moving average. I just needed something to help me avoid some of these choppy zones that would usually scare me, It's almost a word, right? And help me stay even longer in the trade and catch the short even longer all the way to the downside, right? But even for somebody who's just learning, like I don't want you guys, if you're just pulling up to the channel, this doesn't have to be super technical. Like if you're trying to learn, like just put the 50 moving average on there. Like any of these 50 moving average trades, you're looking like Nancy Pelosi, like literally just holding above the 50 moving average. Anybody could have done this right here. Now, when we're trying to find better entries and stuff like this and all that stuff and scalp it, we use more indicators, more filters. But at the end of the day, even these trades right here, they're still valid. And then this is the one that you actually, the one that actually turns into a runner. So there's moments where everything's going to stop. Something's going to stop you out. You're not going to go to swing and for home runs and you think that, you're Jeter or, even Jeter striked out sometimes, right? And maybe you get 2 strikes, a strike here, a strike there, but then you hit a home run, right? And if you got something solid and something that you've been practicing for a while, that's usually where a lot of people get like it almost hurts them too bad to continue to be able to trade because you get 1 strike, 2 strikes, and you don't even want to swing at the third one. You're like, I don't even want to swing at it. I don't want to forget that I'm getting off the field. I don't want to be on the field, right? And it's like it could be that on that third one that it actually works out for you. But for those starting off right now, use the 50 moving average. We've been using the 50 and the 200, and it's been super valid. And as you guys can see, BTC and all these things, once they broke underneath these, things got a lot more bearish. Even when you get to the weekly chart, we're trying to hold on to this 200 right here. Once we broke under here, it's clear to see that, break the 50, broke the 200, coming straight to the point of control down here at, $1,600 ETH almost. And I think some of that stuff could still be on the board because and I know we're on the other side and people might be like, Rico, don't say that stuff. I just want us to make sure we're on point. That's it. But like, let's say this. How many times do we get like, first mouse, second mouse, right? It's like, and we believe that on the north side of stuff, you got to be able to accept that on the south side of stuff. Sophia, I know, bro. I know. I gotta hook you up. Broski. I gotta make you happy. But right here, this is where we're at, and I'll do it after the stream. I'll go down and I'll put my feet in the pool. Everybody's listening, like what? It's an inside joke, fam. It's an inside joke, man. We got to have some fun in this space. We got to have some fun, but this is why I'm saying, like, even if you're just using the 200 or just using the 50, it's kind of really easy to see. The 200 says red line right here. It's like right when it broke underneath this 200, you got to place a trade, and you would have been right. You would still be right, actually. So, it doesn't take too much. Some of the other stuff, I guess, sometimes looks very intimidating, but when you're trading underneath the 200 right here, as we are, like underneath the 200 moving average, a lot more bearish stuff happens. Like everything, like anything bearish, if somebody sneezes the wrong way, if somebody, tweets the wrong way, if somebody, whatever the wrong way, it's very easy to make it go lower. Whenever we're underneath that 200 moving average, it's a lot easier. And you can see when we're above it, it's a lot easier for bullish things to happen. But right now, I'm on the bearish side of things, which is okay. I know the space doesn't like to hear that. I know it's been like a week and a half. Prices just suck. And it's like, okay, week and a half, it should be over. It's like, it's not how it works. But what's nice is there are trades on the lower time frames that I'm showing you guys that you guys can identify. Right now, hey, we accept this. This is nice. We got exit short, but we still got to get above this 50. We still got to get above that 200 moving average. And this is looking good on the 4 hour. Getting above trying to get it back above the 50 to get close to the 200. But you can see every time we got rejected underneath the 200, nope, lower it goes because more bearish things happen underneath that 200. When we get it back above it, it's going to be easy for anybody to look like the next, technical analysis guy because the minute it starts trading above the 200, just say that you're bullish. Don't believe me? Just be patient. Honestly, that's what I've been doing. Zoom out a little bit, go do some other stuff, clean the pool, do some other stuff. I don't know. Back test some stuff. That's a little bit more boring. I spent the last week and a half back testing some stuff. I talked to some friends and they tell me we were like, what are you doing? Everybody's having all this kind of fun and doing all these kind of cool things. And I was like, I'm back testing stuff. A week and a half of back testing things for for fun for me, I guess, for whatever reason. But yeah, but if we wait on the 4 hour, the daily, some of these things to get back above the 200, I mean, anybody can say, "Hey, I'm back bullish, fam," and you're gonna look kind of like you're on point, right? So, market still got some work to do. Focus on building, focus on educating yourself, building your brand, building your project, building your community, building your shillers, your raiders, building your knowledge on the space, maybe, or maybe just taking a break. Nothing wrong with that, man. I took the whole weekend off, felt fantastic. I was still back testing stuff, but it just felt really good to get some other things done. I got all this built up energy now for you guys, and it's nice. So 4 hour chart, we're still underneath the 200, fam. So even with all those days that went by, did we miss that much? Nah, not really. Not really. We didn't miss that much. Maybe you guys missed me a little bit. That's okay, because I did miss you guys. But other than that, we ain't missed that much. Here we go right here. We're gonna make it very simple for everybody today. When the bullish flag comes back out, and it's like, here goes your BNB on the daily chart. Let's go down the weekly chart. We'll start on the weekly and hello. I do like this. And this is just something for me looking at this parabolic SAR over the years. I do like when they start to separate like this. Sometimes this means that the trend is going to reverse. Sometimes, okay? It's not all the time, but when these crosses get separated like this, see, boop, flip. And sometimes they get separated and then they turn the other direction. You can see it right here when it was going up, cross. See how separated they are right here? Actually, let me zoom in a little bit more so you guys can see. See how separated they are from the rest of them? These are really tight, really close. These start to get separated, losing a little bit of momentum. And you can see that happening right here. And then there's some candle confirmation, a little bounce off the 200. This is easy to stay bullish on BNB. Now, if BNB broke underneath that 200, you guys want to see the scary prices that are on the board. You guys don't even want to. You guys might even get mad at me if I say this. The point of control in this gap, we got one stop right here, but the point of control is down here at $300. That's full-blown bear market prices. If anybody doesn't say we're in a bear market and we were down there, then they're not being honest. They're not being truthful. But I think right now, it's nice to see BNB still holding above the 200 on the weekly chart. It's easy to see why things got, not that exciting once we got under here, right? Ooh, I can just see this chop now because I've been using that indicator so much now. That's so annoying. And this is chop. This is an actual long trade, chop, and this is a short trade. I can see it a lot better now just because I've been using that indicator so much. All right, so yeah, so right here we got underneath the 200. BNB still got some work to do. Let's screw this up. Look at it, came down to some prices that we said probably would never hit, and we did. So let's clear these up really quick. And then we'll get to the meme coins. We'll get to XPX. We'll have some fun. But here we spotted this price from way over here. That didn't even sound realistic, but bam. We said here, and it did both of them, man. It did absolutely both of them. It literally came to both of them. So first one was 676, and then it came down to $600, and it was spot on. And that's because we're more on the bearish side and we're managing risk. Like, how low can it go? So we found the first one right here where this price was at, the second one right here, and the third one right here. And guess what? Since we turned bearish and break underneath the 50, boom, boom, boom. This is a time that I don't even want to be right, but it's spot on right there. We zoom in. That's exactly what these spots that we went to. Bam, 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 3 times. Now, this would be nice to turn around right here. But, of course, when is the turnaround going to happen? We need the rest of the stuff to turn around. I know everybody doesn't want to hear this stuff. These are the tough streams. Everybody's touching grass. These are the really hard ones because, everybody wants to just to be like, hey, bam, where it's all. But it's like, we got to do this. We got to get through this part. It's okay. Like, we can handle it, fam. We're not leaving. We're not deleting our apps. So we can handle this. Here we go. We're still trading in this red cloud of the 200 moving average. So if you ask me, are the races back on? No, you're seeing most likely either discount prices on BNB where you could DCA if you're an investor. If you're a trader, maybe you're waiting to you're either looking for shorts or you're going to wait for it to get back above the 50 and the 200 before you start turning these things into longs. So that's BNB. Let's go to Solana, and then we'll go to Yi, Clash. We got Manyu as well. We're going to talk about. We're even going to talk about Buttcoin, fam. We're even going to talk about that because the space loves it. Because the space loves it. So we have to. Here we go right now. And even with all these days that we took off, and really we didn't take them off because we're still building in the back end and stuff. But as far as like not streaming, we didn't miss that much. And I think it's good to take advantage of these times where like, hey, the markets are doing what the markets have to do. You can scream and hoot and holler all you want. That's not going to change anything. You're most likely just going to be pushing water uphill. So right here, you're seeing where all this, we're still bearish. I mean, I'm going to change my attitude super easy. I mean, it's going to be super easy. We get back above the 50, we get back above the 200, and even more so when they cross each other, like right here, they crossed. When they cross each other again on this side over here, it's going to be very easy to be back bullish on some of this stuff. But right now, you can see either we have more consolidation, and I mean, it hit all the prices that we said. It went lower. That's why this is not financial advice, okay? Although we did the same thing on Solana where we were like, how low can it go? We said here, and here, right? Boom, boom, boom type of scenario. And again, boom, boom, boom. But this is why it's not financial advice, because it even went a little bit lower. And we found these prices way over here on the left side of the chart. Bam, right here, places that are revisited, right? Time and price coming back to hang out together. It was here. It was over here. That's why we put these lines right here. We didn't just snatch them up out of thin air. And lo and behold, although we're right, and we don't want to be right about this, we did hit these levels. We hit it here, we hit it there, and right here, and even a little bit lower. So just going to show you that when the things turn around and we start drawing some of these on the top side, things are back good. But right now, we got work to do. We got the grind to go on. So find your favorite projects, DCA into them if you believe in them. If you don't, hey, that's okay. You don't have to, right? There's going to be something for you to find some exposure on. I don't think nobody's leaving the market. But you can see how things still have, it's not your Raiders. It's not your Shillers, it's not your community, it's not you, it's not, you're not doing it. I mean, Satoshi Nakamoto's Bitcoin is down right now. Some of the biggest names in the space, the Solana devs, Soul Baby is down, right? You got Sui is down. This is people with big money and all their projects are down. Because we're also subject to the way that the market flows, right? And where the money is at. And right now, we need more money to come into the market. Those are just the facts, okay? Now, is this the floor? I'm not sure. Do I want it to be the floor? Heck yeah, why not? I mean, why not? But it's going to be real easy for me to identify that we get above these 200 moving average, above the 50 moving average, where we're trading in the green cloud. It's going to be easy. I'm like, hey, everybody, I think we're bullish, right? But right now, this is why the market, trades sideways, dips lower, trades sideways, dips lower. Because really, we've just been trading underneath this 200 moving average the whole freaking time, right? And let's turn on this indicator really quick. Let's turn this off. And I just want to show you guys on Sol. So easy. Underneath the 50, bearish. If it hits the 50 and gets rejected, short it, right? So it's underneath the 50, hits the 50 moving average. It does not pass a 50 moving average. It can't do up, back down, and up again. So short it. It got rejected. If it comes up here and gets rejected, you most likely can short it, Saphir, and most likely can short it down to this section of $67 again. People probably don't want to hear that, but if it comes up to this 50 moving average again and gets rejected, then most likely, yeah. We're going to turn this indicator on again, just to give you guys an idea. These chop zones, man. This is where I would get tore up. So short, chop, right? Short. That's nice. I like that. So long, because it was almost doing some good stuff, but short. Very nice. And right here, what is this going on right now? Why do you think people are getting stopped out on their soul trades right now? Because, yeah, it's above right here, but this is a chop zone. So if you were short right here, right, you got to ride this short, you could either close your trade, you could close your short and take all your profits off the table, or say, hey, I'm going to see if this thing flips green and then I'm out, right? But right now, I really don't have nothing too much to worry about. Even if something else is giving me a buy signal, this is really a choppy zone because it could hit this 50 moving average again and print another short. And I found that this thing shows me a lot of times where the market goes short, then short, then short, then short. The market doesn't always go short, long, short, long, short, long. Right here's a perfect example. Long, chop, long, chop, long, chop, long, right? So it never printed a short, and you're here printing along the way and long positions because the overall trend was for longs to be printed. I'm gonna zoom in on this. Maybe this is, I know this is the boring stuff, but man, I've been grinding on this for a reason, man, because this is where I have some issues, right? So I want to, look in the mirror, hold myself, where am I having some issues? Right here. Staying in these trades are nice. And even if you get spooked out and you're like, hey, no, it's choppy, I don't like it. Okay, fine, you can get out. But here you go. Long, choppy, you don't have to get out. There is some selling pressure, but you can just stay in there because it's not really, selling pressure quite yet. Long, you got a selling pressure, right? So this is a beautiful long. You can take those profits off the table and just say, hey, I'm going to call it right here because I like my gains and I don't want to lose them. Or just say, hey, although something else might be giving me a sell signal, this is actually a chop zone. And here you go, long with a chop right back. And I bet you any money, I put any money up on that an indicator would have said long, short. It would have said short, long, short, and you would have got chopped to bits right here. You would have got chopped to bits and you would have got stopped out. Strike one, strike two, strike three. Oh, it's your time up for bet. I don't want to swing no more. Because every time I swing, I get, that's what happens. I'm highlighting myself, man. This is it's one of the best things I'm good at is talking about, maybe somebody else can relate to this. But here you go. Chop, maybe, take some of the profits. Long, okay. Chop, take some more profits. Long, I can put more into this and it would have still been good, right? And these trades exist. Look at this beautiful trend right here that there would have been a lot of sell signals that would have got you all over the place on this thing, right? And I'll turn on one of my favorite indicators, the parabolic SAR. I know it's going to be all over the place. Here you go right here. Exit long, long, exit long, long. It's like it can mess with you, right? So this is something that we've been back testing. I'm gonna hang out with Blunt. I want to package a couple things together. I'm working on some stuff too. I'm trying to be the protege coming up in the world and giving some of this alpha away. I think this is some of the real alpha to help you guys. And if I care about these streams and if I care about, the subscribers and if I care about like what we do in this space, we always got to be looking for ways to get better, right? We always got to be looking for ways to see how we can provide some more value. That's what it's all about, fam. All right. So let's get this stuff out the way. Let's have some fun. Let's go into some meme coins. I'm excited about some XPX stuff. As always, we're always building, we're always grinding. This is a perfect time to, keep grinding and build behind the scenes because you can see that you could, not stream for 3-4 days and the prices are still relatively the same, right? So let's have some fun. Let's go into our favorite meme coins. I want to bring up some of the big names to show you guys, hey, I think some of these ones that were hot for a little bit and now the markets are kind of still just exhausting everybody are some of the ones like this one right here is pretty impressive. This is that Yi token, right? And I don't have any of this one, right? Yeah, and I just I'm highlighting the characteristics of it and I'm liking it where maybe I put a little bit ETH, maybe a little bit of ETH just to see what it does, right? Just to see, because I like that even when the markets are testing, it's really strong. Like it's been holding up really strong all these days. Same thing with the Clash fam, same thing with XPX. We just been holding really strong. And these are really bigger projects, so it's easier for them to do it. But even the smaller projects, the ones that really have those communities have just been holding really strong. Shout out to the Can Do fam. Shout out to all those the Clash fam out there. You guys are doing fantastic. But this Yi token right here, let's go to this one. Let's check out what they're posting. They're active. I've seen them in spaces. I've seen them doing their thing. And yeah, these meme coins have been doing really good. This Yi token has been doing good. Like I said, I've been seeing them pop up in all the spaces. They've been having a lot more spaces, which is really good because this is how the community gets together, how they make the bonds happen, how they get closer together. It's going to be these, the Yi tokens, all of these. So you don't want to miss out on this. Yeah, I've seen it in the Andy Liam space. They're on Reddit all over the place. They're getting some listings done. So very active community, very active project. And even with the markets testing everybody, doing relatively well, fam. Doing really, really well. So let's go into their chart and talk a little bit about that and kind of this is going to be kind of the topic for some of the rest of them. This is really close to that $10 million market cap where, that's where a lot of things get exciting. So if you see this thing and you kind of like this Yi idea, if you see it come down to this 5 million and things like that, it could have another breakout. Let's get the market back over that 200 moving average. Let's get the markets back excited. Let's get all that pump happening. And next thing you know, what you have is a breakout over this $10 million market cap, and you're going to wish that you got some down here, right? So these are some of the projects that are, obviously still very active that you want to take a look at. This one's been doing really good. You don't want to chase these moves like this, but even on this project right now, it's like it's holding strong. And, if the market can rally with it, it will pump up hard again, right? So it would take Ethereum to start rallying again, Ethereum to get bullish, but you start seeing ETH get back to that, above 3,000, getting close to 4,000, and the buy pressure over here, this is going to make this very easily a lot more bullish. So keep an eye on this Yi one right here. Another one that we're going to keep an eye on is Clash, of course. Manyu, we've been talking about XPX, and of course Buttcoin, which is crazy. If anybody heard me, they're like, what does he do for a living? Yeah, I talk about things like Buttcoin and stuff like that. It's like, what the heck? Yep, 2026, fam. If you would have went back in time and told people this is what we'd be doing, they would not believe us. That's for sure. Shout out to the Clash fam right here. Healthy looking chart. This is the Meteor one. Let me bring up the other one. So shout out to the Clash fam right here. Chart looking healthy, chart looking good, consolidating right here. Again, the rest of the market being tested, and they're still doing their thing. Really, really strong. And Clash Picks is getting more and more exposure. More and more hype. Oh, they're growing this. I see this kind of like going this way more and more. Like it's going to turn into more about Clash Picks than George plays Clash Royale, which is pretty interesting. Like I almost feel like this started over here. Now it's moving more that way. I don't know. But this is pretty bullish. Clash Picks is part of the space. This is Clash Picks and poly markets and all these things. This is absolutely 100% part of the space. So let's see if we can find some over here. I know those people won and said it was going to close underneath $89. It sure did. I think you guys can come over here and check these out. So we got Clash trades. Let's go to the actual. Let's see what kind of ideas people got. So let's go to the market. Let's see what we got. Let's see what we got for Sol. I think this is one of the easy ones. All right. Let's go to this one right here. Will Sol close the daily candle green on February 10th? That's tomorrow. We got 11 trades saying no and 3 trades saying yes. What do you guys think? Do you think the daily candle on Sol is going to close green tomorrow? I don't know. We'll see. This is kind of fun, honestly, seeing the space evolve into this. It's gambly. It's all the gambling that's going on. It's gamble, but it's not going to stop. Las Vegas keeps building casinos, fam. This doesn't go anywhere. This doesn't go anywhere. You got your games as well. I'm not sure if you guys watched the Super Bowl. I'm sure they had something for the Super Bowl on here. Blunt's probably going to start making money off of this right here. So will the BTC close green weekly candle? We got 21 trades saying no, 17 trades saying yes. It's greenish. I wonder what, I guess just using regular candles, right? Oh yeah, it's tough for sure. I want to get into this stuff, but man, it's like I should just do some small ones. Will XRP close above $4 at any point before May? No. No. That's easy. That's easy money sitting right there. See, that's what I think. Like some of these, I was reading an article, I think from like it was saying some stuff like Vitalik was saying as well too. Like, if you go, like, there's people that are emotionally attached to XRP that they're saying, yeah, it's gonna close above before May. Maybe it does. I don't know, but I don't know. Right now, where the market's got some work to do, and now a lot of other things got attention. But I think if something's like really leaning one way, or it's like almost like a little bit of bias, it's like you can take advantage of that, I feel like, right? So that's Clash Picks, fam, coming from you from Clash, which is growing into this Clash Picks thing, right? This is really growing. I think he should keep the, playing Clash as well. I think it's huge, but Clash Picks is really where it's all at. And you got, of course, George plays Clash Royale, where you guys can stay up to date over here, getting everybody comfortable and used to what's going on with Clash Picks. So very bullish, and I think they got some really good utility now and something that can sustain. And you can see that the chart is proving that. The chart has proved that, and will continue to prove that. This is a solid project with a great community behind it. I'm surprised. I was reading some of the comments like on his YouTube channel. I was surprised how many people from the main channel was hating on it. I was like, what? It's like, oh, right when he says Clash, I turn off the video. I'm like, what the heck is that about? You've been watching his channel forever, and just because he says Clash, you turn off the video? Talk about butthurt. Like, that's a whole different level of bitterness right there. So, yeah, I was watching. He should be only talking about BTC. It's like he built something cool, man. I think he built something cool. Is he not allowed to talk about it? It's interesting. The space is so weird, man. There's so many characters in the space. People are weird, man. Some people are actually pretty weird in the space. Let's go to Manyu next. I almost ate some Lifesaver gummies right now on stream because I got a bag of them before I started my stream, and they're right in front of me. And somehow I just caught a whiff of the gummies. I almost dug my hand in there. Shout out to the Lifesaver gummies is what I had for breakfast. If you guys are wondering, how healthy am I? How healthy am I? I'm like the rest is noise. Yep. Yeah, absolutely. The rest is noise. The rest is. Here goes another play that I think has some potential, one that we've been keeping an eye on for a while. It's down to $10 million market cap. But again, it's one of those plays that all those KOLs that they had, Shill in there for that little bit, I know they're not holding Manyu no more. This is a good area to be able to buy up Manyu because, when that started happening, that was up here in these prices and you had all that hurrah. And then, obviously just down. So I actually think that this is where you would want to get in again. Manyu could be a very good area. This is not to never be forgotten. Like, this is valid nonstop. If I had this or XPX had this or Clash had this, like, this is amazing, fam. This is amazing. I got to close these. We got to close this little, the Lifesaver gummies. They're tempting. And so the Manyu following is just unreal. And I think this is a great area to look at these plays that when the markets are exhausted like this and when everybody left and or they're all bummed out about the markets, look for these plays. Like this play's not going anywhere. This is a solid play. They got a strong community. And they have that exposure to retail. They're always going to be growing. It's always going to be growing. And this is sometimes the ones that you find on a discount and then later on kind of pump up. I was thinking about looking at, like, I'll show you guys right now and then we'll get to XPX or we'll get to Buttcoin and then we'll get to XPX. But also like looking at like Wojak, the old Wojak. The old Wojak is like, it's down to $1 million market cap. We'll check it out in just a bit as well so you guys can see what I'm talking about. But currently right now, Manyu's looking like discount prices, good area. If you like, this idea of this project having all this exposure, which is pretty bullish if you guys ask me. If any project had this exposure, they would love that on any one of these accounts. The fact that it's 3 accounts, it's extremely, extremely bullish. And right now, crypto is not that tempting to retail because it's funny because I've been watching videos of like influencers and stuff like that, right? Some of the like the main streamers, right? And even they are, you can tell that they own crypto because nobody can almost hold back from talking about they can't believe that ETH is down, right? So you got Aiden Ross, you got like some of the other ones that Aiden Ross has been mentioning crypto and stuff like that, but some of the other ones that they hang out with, what's up, my Clash fam? And oh yeah, man, Clash Picks is where it's at, bro. But like some of the other like influencers, I noticed that they're like all butthurt about like the prices. So like you can tell that like a lot of these people that are retail or we consider the normies or that they're not in the Web3 space, they're just buying it up. Even they're feeling it, right? So there's gonna be a moment where like the Clash projects, the Manus, the Yees, the XPX, like this is the time that you find the people who have just been building nonstop, that they have a solid community, that they have exposure to other people, that they're building outside of Web3. And when the markets get back hot, everybody starts to step back into the markets. But I've been hearing almost everybody kind of sound a little bit sore about the overall market. Even some people that, like I said, are streamers, and I'm surprised they must have got hit so hard that they're even willing to like, oh, I've never even heard them talk about crypto. But he was like, yeah, I'm down millions from like, buying BTC at all-time highs. It's like, they're so hurt that they're not even care about being open about it, right? And just be like, I'm down millions. So you can see how a lot of people have been affected across the board. And this is the time where you find Clash. This is the time where you find Manyu, where you find XPX, where you find Yi, where you find the projects that you really like or resonate in one way, whether it's because the dev is active, like George is always active, whether it's because it has a great social media exposure and it has a good social media presence, like Manyu like this that's established and you're like, I like this, or it's like Yi token that's like just a meme that's a dinosaur that doesn't, it's growing, it's a brand new one, or something like XPX, a utility play that's been building and giving you guys real world utility, real world purchasing power, for almost 20 months now, right? So whatever it is, that thing that resonates with you, this is those times that you look for those plays, because across the board, everybody has been feeling it, right? So Manu's looking good. So I'm bringing up some of those solid plays for you guys today. And we're going to have, where we have some, some fun, and it's just, it is what it is. It's part of the space. But right now, this is a time where we should look at this. And before we go to Buttcoin, since we got Wojak right here, we're just going to go to this one. This is the OG Wojak. 2 years, 9 months ago. This is the one that went all the way up to 143. I was like, it's at 1.5. Like, I know everybody flooded to the other Wojak. Everybody came to this one. Everybody went to the Solana one. Right. This is a new one. 13 months ago, they just relaunched it. It's at 19. Wojak is powerful, man. So it's like, but I think that the OG ones, and shout out to OG Brett. I'm not sure. I haven't seen AD in a while. Everybody's been gone, man. Everybody's been gone. It's just been like that. But like, the original Wojak at $1 million market cap, it was like, these original ones are pretty powerful. This is 1.5 million, $1.6 million market cap. Like, those other ones that don't even have a community fade, and this is the original one that's listed on everything, that really has exposure to everybody. This might be something that when the markets come back to life, that this Wojak just starts going crazy all over again. Just something to think about. I don't have none, but I was really considering it here at 1.6 million. It's like, yeah, I know everybody's pumped up about this Wojak 13 days ago. This one's flying. Also, the Solana Wojak did really good, right? And it almost like got everybody to go that way. And here it goes. The Solana one right here 3 months ago. This one kind of started that whole like taking the liquidity out. It went all the way up to 60 something million, but now look at this one down to 13 million. And I think they're stretching themselves thin, where eventually that one original Wojak is the one that pops off. Because if all the other ones kept falling to those same levels, but the original one was the one that pumped, I think people would flock to the OG one. Honestly, same thing with OG Brett, man. Shout out to AD, the OG Brett community. And just grinding nonstop. Let's go to Buttcoin, because I have to, because of you guys. And this is what the space has it's been all about. Buttcoin right here, fam, is crazy. And this is at $35 million market cap. But we got to talk about it because it started pumping up again. Hey, what's up, Stevie? Miss you, man. Right here, we got Stevie with all the lightning bolts. I love that, man. This is pretty, we got to talk about it because the space wants to talk about it. And I just, here we go, $50 million market cap on Buttcoin, everybody. Crazy, man. If somebody told me, hey, you know what you're going to be doing for a living is talking about cats, dogs, hippos, and butts, and not only just a butt, but a coin coming out the butt. I would have never believed it. Say, oh yeah. So digital currency that's flying out the butt. What? What does that even mean? Oh my god! But you know what? I'll take everything about this space, man. The good, the bad, the ugly. Everything about it is just. I think it's stuff that when we look back, this is our .com moment. You know, this is our Ask Jeeves moment. This is our Amazon shipping books moment. This is our Yahoo. Remember when Yahoo used to have those commercials and stuff like that? And this is the dial-up era of cryptocurrency. And you know what? I'm okay with like looking back and be like, yeah, during the dial-up era, there was during the dial-up era of cryptocurrency, there was a lot of fart coin, butt coin, and all kinds of stuff like this. But eventually, it will turn into what it's meant to be, right? And I know that. But right now, you know, butt coin is the hot topic, and we're not going to forget about this. No, I didn't even watch the Super Bowl, man. I stopped watching sports a while ago, man. Um, yeah, but no, I only imagine what was. If you're saying that, I can only imagine what it was all about. So I didn't miss too much, you know. No, but I stopped watching sports like when I got really hooked on motorcycles and just riding my motorcycle everywhere. I stopped. And I used to big football fanatic, but no, didn't watch the Super Bowl. I don't even want to know who won the last one, the one before that, or any of that stuff. I nothing against it or anybody who's watching it. It's just that I got to break away from it for a little bit, and I got kind of used to it. But I saw some stuff like on the feed popping up, some funny stuff, but I didn't watch it, man. I'm sure I'm gonna see glimpse of it, and you know, on shorts and things like that. So unfortunately, my eyes will have to participate in things I have no interest in, no matter what. But what can we do, bro? What can we do? Um, to each his own, man. I'm not knocking it. You know, if it was good, it was good. If everybody liked it, they liked it. If they didn't like it, they didn't like it. Like, I don't got time to like. Well, I got the time, but I just don't want to use it for that. Is like to be mad at people for certain stuff because whatever they like or don't like, right? It's like, I mean, if you like it, you like it. Shout out to you. If you're walking like a duck and quacking like a duck, I'm not going to try to make it an eagle. You know, it's like you're a great duck. He said Bad Bunny. I know. He said Bad Bunny did the halftime show. I liked it. I bet you did. I bet you did. Oh man, I bet you did. And that's okay. And that's okay. I love you for that. Okay. I love that you're okay with saying that. You know, and that's okay. I rock with you guys. And whoever didn't like it, I rock with you as well. You know, that's everybody's right to like and what and not like what I'd be a hypocrite. Like, and I don't want you to like this, and I want you to like that. It's like I'm not here to run a dictatorship on people. Right. If you like it, you like it. If I don't like it, I don't like it. It's all good. Let me know if you guys like Buttcoin. I'm sure Saphir does. Let me know if you guys are buying it. I would think this is catching it, like kind of chasing it at this point, but we have to be honest. If it breaks this $50 million market cap, this Buttcoin can go a lot higher. Let's go to their X account. Let's have some fun. We got TK Space in about an hour, which I'm looking very forward to. We're going to be at the Trolls Den. XPX is going to be there. We're going to talk about some cool things that we've been working on. We've been securing some domains. I had like a night where I just kind of spazzed out and started purchasing some domains. I can't believe the space is not moving how, you know, XPX is able to move. But we got this right here. I mean, they got their posts. This guy talking about. Oh, they're trying to make it go. Bro's out here. That's good. Bro's out here putting out. Okay, that's good. So if she made this shot, he was going to give her 20,000 bucks. Well, so Buttcoin's the very first meme coin. You got it right there. But this is not the one, right? This one's been launched not too long ago. This is the idea of that one. But pretty bullish. And I like the fact that he's out there causing some havoc with the, you know, literally just IRL. And that's pretty funny. This is something I saw right here. This guy. Oh no, I thought this was something else. So you got Dogecoin right here. Okay. But Buttcoin, man, making his presence known. Making his presence known. Looking really good. Looking really good. We cannot ignore the Buttcoin, fam. It's doing fantastic. There you guys go. All up in your face now. It's crazy. And if this thing continues, I think he should do more of those videos, IRL videos, seeing if people know what it is. I think that's pretty funny. Let's go to the next play. We're gonna keep an eye on this one. I think it's just funny. I don't got none of this. I missed it. Saphir got in early but sold it, and that happens. It's who knows where it can go. But this is Buttcoin right here. Let's go to the next play. We're gonna go to XPX. Fam, welcome in, welcome in. Some pretty cool things. We got the TK space. Actually, I should repost this. Actually, we got TK space coming up that we're going to be going to that you guys don't want to miss out on. The Trolls Den space, but this is a post I made earlier, and it's just like we're expanding, man. We got more things to come. I know a lot of you guys that are listening know about XPX. Providing off-ramp solutions, MasterCards, Visa cards, non-KYC bill payments, non-KYC gift cards, built on Smart DeFi with some amazing smart contracts. But we've been securing some more domains because we've been building nonstop, fam. And we got some more things that are going to be released. I was asked literally today on some things. Some projects hit me up. I'm in some whale groups. They're asking some things if there's any way that we can implement XPX into certain things that they're doing. And of course, we're getting closer and closer to a lot of these things being a reality. But when you see us securing these domains, man, you know that it's just a foundation to this powerhouse. New utilities dropping, expanding the infrastructure to support our community. That's what it's all about. And total ecosystem dominance, fam. We got to hit this thing from every angle. We got to hit this thing from every single angle, fam. This is not just, we're just doing that and that's it. No. And this is the current spot that we're going into right now. We got a mega space with TK that I'm really, really happy about and looking forward to. But this is, in case you guys missed, this is the donation and charity widget that projects and nonprofits can use. This is extremely easy to use. Plug and play, embed the widget into your website. Universal access for any project, big or small. Can now tap into the power of philanthropy. We got fully customization. Create the widget for whatever cause you choose to champion. We got empowering growth. But something that I want to talk about with XPX right here, and you look at this right here, it's like people have been sleeping on this. Like we just casually released some serious utility, fam. Okay. Like right here from 2010 through 2024, GoFundMe has raised $30 billion through their platform. I know. I'm supposed to say, whatever. I'm going to say this again. From 2010 through 2024, GoFundMe raised $30 billion, almost $40 billion. And XPX just casually released a new utility that anybody can use that automatically gets us tapped into this market share. I can't wait for the space later on because that's going to be one of the main things I'm going to talk about is that XPX is currently attacking and wants a piece, and we will get a piece of a $40 billion market share. I don't want the PvP. XPX is not here to get in the way of the meme coins, to get away all the space coins that we're going to hear about. I want you guys to win. Go ahead, go win. Go do your NFTs. Go win. I want this stuff right here. I want this. Let me zoom in because you guys can't see it. Let me actually, right here. Let me put it in everybody's face. I think that's what we got to do. Let's just zoom all the way in right here through 20. This is huge right here. So we just casually release an amazing utility that whether the markets are green or red, people need this. You think when the markets are red, people are from illness don't need this? You think when the markets are red, people are not facing challenging circumstances? You think when the markets are red, all of this stuff comes to a halt? No, that's not the case. Contributed by over 150 donors. Contributed to over 150 donors. That is crazy bullish, fam. That is extremely bullish. And we just casually released this. And right now, anybody can use this. We got some projects that we'll be onboarding as well to use this. But XPX, we're going to be using this ourselves. We're not going to wait around for projects to finally get the widget on their domain, and we move at a different pace. We move at a different. I want people to use this, and I'm helping a couple projects get on board, and that's cool. I want them to be able to use this and hook up this widget so they can do it. But I'm not waiting around for them to do it. I'm not waiting around, and either they can do it or we're going to do it. And we secured these domains for a reason, because this is huge for us. This is huge to really take crypto to front stage. Yes, in 14 hours, and think about the trillions yet to come into crypto. I agree. I completely agree with you. There's going to be so much money coming into crypto. The thing is, people want this stuff. There's projects right now that are nonprofit that want this stuff, but the tools are right here. They're right here. You can use the tools, and guess what? They're free to use. For now, they're free to use. You guys can go and plug this into your website, and whether you got in a car accident and you got to be able to get a new car because otherwise you can't take your kids to school. Just like GoFundMe. If we go to GoFundMe right now, there's all kinds of stuff on GoFundMe. This is not just like, I'm suffering from this illness. This is anybody. You just got in a car accident. What is this? Support Senior Morales' daughter. I mean, this right here is huge right here. Let me see what this is. What's this? She already raised 10K, 12K. The markets are red. So if I go to Gigi and I go, Gigi, hey, Gigi, because that's who organizes. And, they're in Las Vegas too. That's what's up. All right. That's the reason why we got this open. Hey, Gigi, are you guys trying to hit the rest of your goal? Maybe you guys made it to 10,400. If you guys like, maybe we can get the rest of the goals to get hit through cryptocurrency. How is that going to happen? Through the widget. And then they can off-ramp that and use it in the real world right away. We just casually release, I want to call it a $40 billion widget. And like I said, the other day, I stood up securing a bunch of domains. We still got something else that I'm going to add to this ecosystem. We're still grinding. We're still building. This right here, I think a lot of people are overlooking this, but we're going to actually start to help out some of this stuff, because this is a huge market share. And the fact that everybody's sleeping on it is wild. We're going to keep GG open, actually, because this is 9 miles away. Oh, this is all close. They even got the distance. Whoa. So it's giving me all the Las Vegas ones. In loving memory. Okay, rest in peace, brother. Las Vegas. Okay. See, there's more alpha here than what meets the eye, man. There's more alpha here, XPX, than what meets the eye. This is how powerful this tool is. So this is giving me this stuff right here. We're going to keep her page open, or any of these, honestly, that are just really close to me, because I'm here in Vegas. So it's a lot easier to get somebody onboarded too. But what I wanted to do, this is my goal, XPX. If XPX is listening, pull up XPX. This is massive for you guys, because we're actually building tools that people can use, and not just us, but everybody. The widget that provides transparency, it sure does. And it's very easy. You're going to have all your track records to everything. This is huge, huge. Keep the guest room ready. Man, I'm down, bro. Whenever you come, we can even just get we'll do something cool, man. We'll do something cool. Do something fun. I was talking to my brother about some stuff, but we'll see what's up. We'll see how it goes. To have some fun and just we'll see what's up. But I think this right here is a massive donation widget, and I think that if you guys go look through GoFundMe, don't think that it can't just be used because you need a new car or whatever it might be. This is wild, actually. The nearby. Let me see what else is nearby. And this is how you grow your resume. Honestly, people are sleeping on what we're building right now. Like the minute we start contacting these people and contacting the organizers and just be like, hey, we can help you hit your after tragic loss, man, that sucks. Bitcoin's down. That doesn't mean that people don't care, man. Look at this. They raised 69,000. How does crypto get into this market? Well, I'm showing you guys right now. People are going to probably ignore this. They're probably going to get rugged a few times today, maybe tomorrow, maybe the day after. What we're going to keep doing as a project is building and staying focused on build and tapping into these market shares, but also for a good reason, not just to tap into them, but when you really look at what we're doing over here, we're not playing around, fam. And I think that I haven't been to a space where somebody's talking about this. I have not been to a space where we're just rolling that out to, you know, anybody. And you can see that people are actually together. Man, this makes me feel stuff, man. Honestly, just even seeing this, it's like, funeral cross is like, man, I feel that stuff, man. And much love and support to like all the families on here and stuff. I think this is what crypto's supposed to do. I think we have people in crypto that would be willing to help. They just don't have the tools. They just don't have the access. And I've been telling projects for a while. I've been telling people, but you know what? Sometimes it's best just to do it yourself, right? And that's what we're gonna do. So get ready, fam. We're gonna be doing some more tapping in. We're gonna go into this mega space later on. Let's go to TK's. Let's go to Trolls Den space right here. Let's actually repost this because we're gonna be at this space. I was logged out the account, man. I was all morning trying to log back in. So right here, let's repost this. Nice and fresh at the top. At this thing right here, we got who's going to be here. Soul Saver. Shout out to Soul Saver. And this is look, when we scroll down to Soul Saver, what does he have pinned right here? What does he have pinned right here? About the same thing, this GoFundMe stuff, right at the same time that we release something like this as a project. Whether, again, this is the market's crashing, and we just casually release a tool that taps into a $40 billion market share. But where it can really show cryptocurrency, maybe there's people that want to donate to this but don't want to use GoFundMe and they just want to use their Solana wallet. Guess what? You can do that with our widget. Maybe you got BNB. You can do that with our widget. You got ETH. You can do that with the widget. You got World Liberty Financial, USDT, USDC, Tron, Avalanche. Die, you can use it and just donate, and we got that right now. And I think it's time for crypto to start to lay this foundation right here, one of these bullish pillars. As that's what we continue to do in this project. I mean, we're just the team, the community, the utilities, the technologies, the tokenomics, justshopcrypto.com. The list just continues to go on and will continue. And I think people will actually do right if we give them the opportunity to do right. So we're going to be doing this we're going to be tapping into this. I want to talk to Soul Saver a little bit more. We're going to talk about this during the space with Soul Saver on how XPX can set some things up for them or help them set this up for them. So, not only, is the widget being used, but crypto can start to help out and crypto can start to make those donations really happen, man. So here we are right here. Instead of sending the bigger cryptos to a dead wallet, they can put it to use and help people with this. I mean, 100%. 100%, bro. 100%. There's so many use cases for this. And that's one of the things that I'm so bullish on right now. As a project, yes, we got our off-ramp solutions. We've been knocking it out the park with our MasterCards, our Visa cards, non-KYC bill payments, non-KYC gift cards. But this widget that we release is huge because we're tapping into PayPal's market share. We're tapping into Zelle's market share, into Cash App's market share. We're tapping into now GoFundMe's market share. And I haven't even heard anybody be the Coca-Cola to GoFundMe. So I'm going to just say here now, we're not only the Coca-Cola to PayPal's Pepsi, but we're also the Coca-Cola to GoFundMe's, funding. And we're going to do it over here, be the Coca-Cola of GoFundMe, and GoFundMe can be Pepsi and they can do their thing, but we can be Coca-Cola and we can exist as well. And from the crypto side, do some positive things. And I think we're right around the corner from that. You guys can see that. One of the speakers today at TK Space, what he has pinned up here is exactly this. How many crypto people, if the widget was here, and 2,300 people saw this, maybe they don't want to go to the GoFundMe page and they're like, all right, I want to donate. They're trying to get to 20K. As a crypto community, if we create it, and not create, we have the widget. If we, hand over the widget, which we're going to do, can we make it easy for them? And it'll be so easy. The minute the funds are held by them, we don't even hold the funds. GoFundMe is the one over here holding all that stuff. But once you start receiving that, that's being held in your dashboard. But, as a crypto community, can we help them, get to 10,000? Can we help them get to 20,000? Does the crypto community have that in them to actually, make a difference? And, we're going to talk to, obviously, Soul Saver today. But, we can see that we can contact these organizers as a community, as a crypto community, not just an XPX community, but to help out with these things, right? And I think that we're getting to that stage. I know we are, because we're releasing these things and we're making it happen. So XPX, again, a very bullish project. Launched this with an epic team, and now even more epic community supporting the movement that we've been doing over here on Smart DeFi, going on 20 months very soon, building nonstop. Come over here to smartdefi.com. Check out all the Smart DeFi projects, whether it's Noma, Space Penguins, the Feg token, whichever one that resonates with you and what they're doing in the space. XPX is right here, going to continue to provide off-ramp solutions, 70 different cryptocurrencies for individuals, for businesses. I'm just going to keep releasing utility, fam. I'm going to keep building for when that adoption curve happens. The charts are going to be the charts. Bitcoin's down. ETH is down. Solana's down. This is whatever's down. But that does not stop the main goal of the adoption of this .com moment. And I want to stay focused on, just because charts might be down and this might be hurting people's feelings and that, and the third, this is a .com moment. This is a .com moment. Do I just miss this opportunity? Just like GoFundMe did it at the right time when they did that in 2010. Do I only just keep getting rugged, or do I secure myself in this .com moment and possibly, attach myself to a project that could be, providing those level $40 billion? You know how big XPX will be? And again, how big can we get is by providing value to other people so that value can come back. And I think the GoFundMe widget that we have right now, the donation widget that we have, is a great step in that direction. So come over here, man. Resonate with us. Tap in with us. Come over here to our Telegram as well, man. I mean, join us. It's a for sure vibe. And if you guys want to learn more and check out an amazing space later on, I'm going to be there with TK. And with Jessica, of course, amazing people in the space, and we're going to be vibing over there and really talking about everything that XPX has done and what we're currently doing and what we look forward to doing in the future. This is a big space, a lot of speakers. We're going to have a lot of fun, a lot of people that are in the space. What's crazy is we're still XPX. It's been 20 months. I've seen a lot of these people be all over the space in all different types of things. Guess what? We're still XPX. We're still here. So 20 months in, XPX coming in very strong. You guys don't want to miss out on this. Looking forward to this, and looking forward to this, fam. Looking very forward to this. XPX just keeping its word along the way. So thank you guys for pulling up to the stream. I'm going to share this link to the space later on. It's at 11 for me. It's in less than an hour, fam. I'm going to be over there hanging out, getting ready for my spot for when it's my time to tell everybody about XPX. But I want you guys to be able to pull up, show up in your suits and ties if you guys can. Be proud of a project that we've been building for 20 months, and it's been XPX the whole time, and we've continued to provide. We didn't give you guys no fictitious roadmaps. We didn't give you guys, we're going to bring you to this smoking mirror, and then actually we're going to do this smoking mirror, and then actually we're going to do this smoking mirror. No, we didn't do any of that stuff. We're going to keep keeping our word to you guys as this community deserves. And really, we're securing this .com moment. We're going to keep building in the right direction, and the space will mature and see the value of this amazing project. So thank you guys for those who have been supporting us, who've been rocking with us. You guys have been absolutely amazing. I really do appreciate every single one of you guys. We're going to be having some fun in TK space. We'll do some giveaways coming soon. I want to do some NFT giveaways. I've been snatching up some of those NFTs off of TK, and I want to do some of those NFT giveaways like that. You guys can catch on his spaces and catch some of the giveaways that come from that. And yeah, come rock with us. I do enjoy this. I appreciate all the support, Saphir, everything that you do, Jace, everything that you've been doing, all the Raiders, the Shillers, Psychedelic Angel, Darren, George, all the media that you guys been producing. And now we got some more media to produce. We got some more things to do with this GoFundMe widget that I'm calling it right now. It's pretty bullish, fam. So let's tap into this $40 billion market share. Let's get ready for the next utility that we're going to be releasing. Yeah, more utilities down the line. I don't care. I'm not doing the smoking mirror stuff like everything else in the space. I'm just going to keep building, keep providing the solutions. And when the space is ready, just like when, it was silly for Amazon to ship books and everybody was like, I'm not buying no Amazon stock. They're shipping books. I don't even know nobody who reads. I don't even got no books. Why am I going to invest into a project or a company that's shipping books, right? And you guys can tap into this right now. We're here to stay, and we're going to keep laying down foundation and waiting for that crypto adoption to come. And we're going to make sure that we're providing many solutions for us to cast that net where no matter what, we're getting some of that, that market share to come to this project, whether it's the Visa cards, whether it's the MasterCards, whether it's the off-ramp solutions, the bill payments, the non-KYC gift cards, whether it's the donation widget, whatever it might be. We're going to keep making sure that we're providing actual utility that people actually can touch, that people can actually use. And all of this stuff is here today, right now. Go to xpxpay.com /crypto bill pay and go and experience all this stuff right now for yourselves. Thank you guys so much for pulling up. I'm going to get ready for the space. I'm going to eat some more gummies for breakfast. That's going to be my breakfast for today. And I'm going to have fun in the space with you guys nonstop. Looking forward to this next little space with TK and actually tapping in with Soul Saver. And we got something else to talk about. We got the non-KYC cards to talk about in the space, which is still really fresh and new. Just released in January, last month, basically. And here we go. We just released something else, and we got some more to do. So looking forward to the space to talk about, obviously, the non-KYC cards that are bullish, but really the new utility that we just released as well. So thank you guys so much for pulling up, TK. See you in the space later on. Thank you so much, Saphir, and everybody else who pulled up and supporting the channel. Really do appreciate it. You guys have a fantastic rest of your guys' day. I'll see you guys in the space. Much love and respect, fam.
So your bag's backed up against the wall, and the bandwagon's falling right off. And you're hearing all the talk about maybe you should think about what you're gonna do if it don't work out. It ain't about if it makes sense, 'cause if the boot do it don't fit. As far as I can see, there ain't no way to be somebody if you just gon' quit. So if you gotta fight